Could you imagine if you had a bandage to reduce swelling, to relieve aches and pains, that was always cool, that you never had to put in the fridge, that you never had to really worry about or plan? It was always cool at the ready. Well, Physicool does exactly that. You're getting a set of 2 bandages right here, reusable bandages, and also the recharging coolant. They already come, I'll say, steeped and soaked in the coolant in the bags, but then you're also getting, again, the recharge coolant here. The price goes up at the end of the day. You're getting everything you see here, 2 bandages and also that coolant for $43.44. Now, $14.48 on 3 easy pays, and this is an expiring price. So, how to use this? I have a lot of questions about this too. I want to know all the details. So we do have Brian Shirley, who's a brand ambassador and expert on the Physicool, here with us. Hello, Brian.
Hello, how are you doing?
Fantastic. And I'm so happy to be here with you because I think this is just so ingenious. The cooling compression bandage to reduce that pain and swelling, but it's something that you can use all by yourself and no refrigeration, no freezing required.
Absolutely, and that's the neat thing about it, and following along on the past couple segments about mobility, that's the best part. So when you wrap yourself with a Physicool bandage, whether it's your ankle, your knee, or your arm, your elbow, you can still be mobile, and you can move around. But the neat thing is, when it's better than ice, and as you pointed out, no refrigeration necessary, comes right out of the pouch, and it's cold. I mean, it's really cold when you wrap whatever it is. And then it works from an evaporatory process. So instead of trying to ice in or put cool into it, it pulls the heat away from the extremity, especially if you've had post-surgery or any kind of inflammation. Great for inflammation and swelling, and definitely better than ice. Again, you don't need to refrigerate it. Comes right out of the pack, and it's nice and cold.
And also reusable, and of course, that's why we're getting the recharge coolant. How do we use this?
Absolutely.
The first time, of course, you take it out of the pouch, use it as you need it for instant cooling and reduction of pain and swelling. But then what do you do? How do we use the coolant once we get it home?
So that's the neat part. You can reuse it as many times as you'd like. You can even wash it. We say 6 or 7 times, unless you're playing rugby every day. Might be a little bit less. But the coolant that you can recharge it with, as you're seeing there, he's spraying it back into the pouch. It'll dry out after about 2 hours. And the really neat thing is, unlike ice, where we've all tried, ice in a bag of peas or whatever, and 20 minutes later, that's just a bag of warm water. It'll stay cold for about 2 hours, hour and a half or 2 hours on each extremity, and then it completely dries out, pulls all of the heat out, and you put it back in the pouch and add some of our special sauce, and it's ready to go again.
I like the special sauce idea. Also, I love the fact that at the end of the bandage, there's also a hook and loop closure. So this isn't something where you're like, okay, well, how do I close that?
Yep.
You have something that makes it easy to fasten wherever you put it. This is on the end of both of the bandages, of course, and you're getting 2, each in their own individual packages. And then, of course, our recharge coolant. And all you have to do is hang on to that little bag, because you can actually pour the coolant in there after you use it for the first time.
I can tell you practice that, because that you've wrapped the bandage back up and put it right again back into the pouch, and the recoolant 500 milliliters that we're sending with it can recharge it about 7 or 8 times. So you get as you mentioned, the 2 bandages which are already charged, plus the 500 milliliter, which will recharge about 7 more times.
Also, it is amazing to me how cool this is. I mean, it really does feel as if I've taken it out of a nice, icy, cold freezer or refrigerator, but instead, I took it out of this package. It's already, as I like to say, steeped in our coolant here, but as you said, this lasts quite some time.
Yeah, and that's the neat thing. And I've had 9 knee surgeries, just
Oh.
had knee replacement.
Oh,
And so
ouch.
the neatest thing is, and well, I'm getting a lot better. It's 11 weeks, but at night I'll wrap my knee and go to bed with it, and for an hour and a half I get the cooling benefit. Plus, again, as you mentioned out, you can put it into your backpack, into your purse, and take it with you wherever you go. It's great for sideline sports, for kids sports and things like that, but also just to go hiking, camping, biking, any of those sports.
Absolutely. I think this is one of those things, whether it's an athlete in your life or someone or even yourself, like you, Brian, who has
Yeah.
recently had surgery or an unexpected sprain or whatever it may be. This is one of those instant at the ready things. So it's not just for a certain age group or a certain demographic. I mean, this is one of those kind of at home first aid essentials.
Absolutely. And again, they're great to have with you because you don't have to have any ice or a cooler or anything like that. Just put, carry them with you. Sideline sports, and as you mentioned, and we are getting back out there, right? And so, fortunately, we're getting back out there, and we're doing more biking, hiking, camping, golfing, pickleball, whatever you do, and it's great to have an instant cold. As you know, when you take it out of there, it almost feels like you're putting ice on. So we say
It really does. It
better-
really does.
Yeah.
I even think
it's
of a really hot day, and I'm even like, well, maybe this would actually, would it feel soothing? You can even just tell how soothing this would be from the moment you take it out of the pack. So just a reminder, you're getting 2 bandages right here. They come already in the sealant, in there and prepackaged and ready to go. And then you're getting this nice, large 500 milliliter bottle, that's 16.9 fluid ounces of the recharge coolant. All you have to do is soak it, put it back in the package, and it's as if you've taken it out of the fridge or the freezer. Always cool, always cold, always there to help you out for those pain, aches and pains, and also for that swelling. So a great value. Price goes up at the end of the day. Brian, Shirley, thank you so much for bringing this, and I'm so happy that your knee is on the mend.
Oh, thanks a lot for having me.
Absolutely. Take care. All right, we're going from cold to heat right here. Check this